Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast.
This is a show dedicated to helping you become a better organist.
We're your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius.
And Aušra Motuzaitė Pinkevičienė.
We have over 25 years of experience of playing the organ.
And we've been teaching thousands of organists online from 89 countries since 2011.
So now let's jump in and get started with the podcast for today.
We hope you'll enjoy it.
Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 588 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Amir. He is taking our organ sight reading master course. And when I asked him how is his organ playing going so far, he writes, "It was not that bad. My main difficulty are the unexpected changes in rhythms and jumping notes." I think this is fairly common challenge, right, Ausra?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because people don't like to count.
That's what I suggested to him. Count out loud. When you're playing, of course, it's better to play really, really slowly, maybe half as fast, at the 50% of concert tempo, or even 40 or 30 if you need. But more than that, you need to count out loud. If you have a 4 meter, the best way for me to count out loud is subdivide the beats into, let's say, 8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Would that help, Ausra?
Yes, I think it would be very helpful. Right now I'm working, on recording Buxtehude's choral preludes. And even, after having experience of playing music, I don't know for what, but really many years, because I started when I was 5. I still have trouble sometimes if I don't count, because what Buxtehude does, he likes to change, the rhythmic formula very abruptly, suddenly, unexpectedly. And if you were not counting before, you might get in real trouble because you sort of lose the sense of rhythmical flow.
Yes. I think the first one that you recorded, choral prelude by Buxtehude, Ach Gott, wir armer Sünder, I think. It has very, very intricate ornamented chorale melody in the right hand.
Well, and not only this one, I guess he likes to do it in most of his choral preludes. Very few of them are, even, but most of them are very varied.
For me, what I last recorded, Brahms's choral prelude, Man Jesu der du mich, from opus 122. This is number 1. And the rhythms are okay. They're not.
Yes, I think Brahms is pretty much very even in rhythms, at least in these choral preludes.
Yeah, unless you're playing one of those fugues where you have change between duplets and tuplets.
Yes, that's a different story. But now we are talking about choral preludes.
So I didn't need to count out loud. At this stage of my career, it comes naturally most of the time, but sometimes I do need to double check.
Well, I'm not counting, Buxtehude loud, but I do it in my head.
But consciously, right?
Yes,
it.
Definitely.
If the tempo is really slow, sometimes you need to subdivide it even more, up to 16 notes.
Yes, that's what I did when I learned the GU Icarus. I
One,
subdivided 16 notes.
instead of saying 1 and 2 and, you would say 1 E and A. 1 E and A. Yes, like that. 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. It's like a tongue twister. What would be in 30 seconds? People have asked me that, but I forget.
Better don't go anywhere.
If you need to subdivide in 30 seconds, this means you're playing it too difficult music, basically, right? If you still need to do this, I think 16 notes are the limit, for me at least. I wouldn't subdivide in 30 seconds.
Probably not.
Right. So that would be helpful, of course, to Amir and others who are struggling with unexpected changes in rhythms.
What about jumping notes? I'm not exactly getting what he means by this question. Is it difficult for him to hit the right note after, a big leap, or what? Or to follow the score if it's, jumping melody?
Maybe both, yeah. If you have leap more than a fifth, yes, you can easily reach a note by a fifth, because you have 5 fingers and an interval of the fifth requires 5 keys, adjacent keys. But if you have a 6th or a 7th or an octave or even above an octave, then you have to switch position. How do you do that, Osha? How do you adapt? Or do you don't?
Well, if it's Baroque music, then it's very easy. You just articulate. You have to articulate each note. And it shouldn't be a problem, because you don't have to stretch your arm to reach it, to play legato.
You move entire wrist.
Yes.
But try not to do upward motion with your hand. Slide to the right or to the left.
Yes, you need always, to keep the contact with the keyboard.
Touching
it, yes. Or almost touching it.
There was an account about Johann Sebastian Bach playing organ, and people have observed him that he almost doesn't depress the keys. The organ plays itself, basically, it seems, in his case. Right? Can you elaborate about that a little bit?
That's a true mastery, you have to be really economic about, efficient about using your motions. It helps to play in a faster tempo, I would say, and to avoid mistakes.
It doesn't feel like work then. It feels like a natural flow. Remember, we have observed great Chinese cook back in the States when we were observing him prepare our steamed vegetables, I think. How he moves with his pan and with his vegetables and chopping knife. Everything is so efficient, fast, and barely noticeable. This is true mastery, right?
Yes, it is. It's interesting that you decided to compare, Bach and Chinese chef.
Well, I mean, if you do the same motion over and over again, like 1,000 or 10,000 times, you get really, really efficient. Right? You peel like an onion those layers of inefficiency.
Yeah, so you would get, overused syndrome in your wrist, for example.
Yes, if you do it with tension. If you don't relax muscles, after using right away. right? So, Amir, with jumping notes, try to use this sliding motion with your wrists, and then you will be fine. So guys, we hope this was useful to you. Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.
this podcast is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online.
It has hundreds of courses, coaching, and practice materials for every area of organ playing. Thousands of instructional videos and PDFs. You will not find more value anywhere else online.
Total Organist helps you to master any piece, perfect your technique, develop your sight reading skills, and improvise or compose your own music, and much, much more.
Sign up and begin your training today at organduo.lt and click on Total Organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
If you like our organ music, you can also support us on Patreon and get free CDs.
Find out more at patreon.com/secrets of organ playing.